Catriona Eliza Magnayan Gray, born January 6, 1994, is a Filipino beauty queen and media personality best known for winning the title of Miss Universe 2018, the fourth Filipina to win Miss Universe. Gray was previously crowned Miss World Philippines 2016 and Miss Universe Philippines 2018 and reached the top 5 at Miss World 2016. Early life and education. Catriona Eliza Magnayan Gray was born in Cairns, Queensland, Australia, on January 6, 1994, to an Australian father of Scottish descent, Ian Gray, and a Filipina mother, Normita Ragas Magnayan, from OAS, Albay, Philippines. Gray is reportedly named after her paternal grandmother, Catherine Gray, an immigrant to Western Australia from Scotland in 1952. In 1999, Gray won the Little Miss Philippines pageant in Sydney at the age of 5. Gray was a student at Trinity Anglican School in Cairns, where she was a house captain and a school chorister. She received a graduate certificate in music theory from Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, and obtained a certificate in outdoor recreation and a black belt in Taekwondo martial arts. Furthermore, Gray was lead singer of her school's jazz band. She also starred in local productions of Miss Saigon. After graduating from high school, she moved to Manila, where she worked as a commercial model. Miss World Philippines 2016. On September 5, 2016, Gray was announced as one of the 40 candidates competing for the title of Miss World Philippines 2016. The pageant was held on October 2nd at the Manila Hotel. Early in the competition, Gray won for special awards Best in Swimsuit, Best in Evening Gown, Best in Fashion Runway, and Best in Talent, as well as 6 awards from the pageant's corporate sponsors. Gray would progress to the top 12 question and answer round. She was asked, "When you get up in the morning and look in the mirror, what do you see?" In her answer, she recalled how she would reflect on her experiences to further her character. During the final question and answer round, all the 5 finalists were asked the same question: "Why should you be Miss World Philippines 2016? Gray emphasized her commitment to her title and her personal advocacy in her answer. On September 3, 2017, Gray crowned Laura Lehman as her successor at the Miss World Philippines 2017 pageant. Miss World 2016. After winning the national competition, Gray competed at Miss World 2016 held in MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland, United States. In pre-pageant contests, Gray won the Multimedia Award, was second in the Talent Award, and reached the top 5 for the Beauty with a Purpose project. During the question and answer portion in the pageant, she was asked by the reigning Miss World 2015 Mariela Laguna, "Which qualities do you think it will take to wear my crown?" She would state bravery as the quality necessary for the title. Gray went on to finish as a top 5 finalist. Stephanie Del Valle of Puerto Rico won the said pageant. Binibining Pilipinas 2018. On January 8, 2018, Gray submitted her application for Binibining Pilipinas 2018. On January 16, she was confirmed as one of the 40 candidates competing for the 6 national titles contested in the pageant. During the national costume competition on March 3, Gray wore a Mindanao-inspired golden princess gown designed by Jerson Demavivas in honor of Muslim women affected by the siege of Marawi the previous year. She was announced as one of the 10 finalists for the Best in National Costume Award on March 9. The pageant was held on March 18 at the Araneta Coliseum. Gray won 5 special awards: Best in National Costume, Best in Swimsuit, Best in Evening Gown, and 2 awards from the pageant sponsors. She also obtained 2 popularity contest prizes. Gray progressed to the question and answer round, where United States Ambassador to the Philippines, Soon Kim, asked the following: "After the devastating war, Marawi is now on its way to recovery. What will be your message to the young women of Marawi?" Gray would state the following: "My answer and my message to the women is to be strong. As women, we're the head of the household and we have amazing influence, not only in our own families, as mothers, sisters and friends, but also in our community. If we could get the women to stay strong and be that image of strength for the children and the people around them, then once the rebuilding is complete and is underway, the morale of the community will stay strong and high. Gray would go on to win the pageant as Miss Universe Philippines 2018, being crowned by her predecessor Rachel Peters. With her victory, Gray became the first Filipino to represent the country in both the Miss World and Miss Universe competitions, and the second to represent the Philippines into major international pageants, the first being Caroline Aguilar in 2005. On June 9, 2019, Gray crowned Gazini Ganados as her successor at the Binibining Pilipinas 2019 pageant. As Miss Universe Philippines 2018, Gray represented the Philippines at Miss Universe 2018. During the national costume show presentation on December 10th, Gray wore a beaded tribal suit featuring the indigenous tribes of the ancient pagan Filipinos, alongside an oversized parole-painted lantern pulled by a roller device. The costume was accompanied by a pre-Christian, shamanic dance of the historical Binibining paganism. The costume gained both praise and criticism due to the perceived difficulty of walking and the failure of legs to function. Gray cited her scoliosis for such issues. In the pageant's preliminary contest, Gray did a slow-motion walk, billed as the lava walk, on the ramp in the swimwear competition wearing a pink swimsuit, which was praised by supermodels Tyra Banks and Ashley Graham, fashion commentators and internet viewers. At the preliminary evening gown competition, she wore Mac Tuming's golden sweetheart gown with a thigh-high slit inspired by the Ibong, Idarna and the Mikimoto crown. The pageant was held on December 17th at the Impact Arena, Muang Thong Thani, in Thailand. At the beginning of the competition, Gray advanced to top 20. During the opening statement segment, Gray recalled her experiences in working with a nonprofit organization. Gray advanced to the top 10. She wore a pink Sirivanavari bikini and a cape with gold-winged shoulder straps at the swimsuit competition. At the evening gown competition, she wore a Mac Tumong design made of tulle encrusted with Swarovski crystals in 12-tone color palette that ranged from yellow to dark red. Dubbed the Mayon gown, its body-fitting, bare-back design features a side cutout and a high slit that highlighted Gray's legs. The dress, which according to Tumong weighed 10 pounds, was a tribute to Mayon Volcano, a tourist attraction in the province of Albay, the hometown of Gray's mother. In an interview, Gray decided to pick the gown for the beauty pageant as her mother dreamed of her winning the Miss Universe crown wearing a red dress. Gray then advanced to top 5. During the first question and answer round, Gray was asked by host Steve Harvey, Canada recently joined Uruguay as the second nation in the world to make marijuana legal. What is your opinion on the legalization of marijuana? She responded, I'm for it being used for medical use, but not so for recreational use. Because I think if people were to argue, then what about alcohol and cigarettes? Well, everything is good but in moderation. Gray advanced to the top 3. In the final question and answer section, the top 3 contestants were asked the same question by Harvey. What is the most important lesson you've learned in your life, and how will you apply it to your time as Miss Universe? She answered, I work a lot in the slums of Tondo, Manila, and the life there is it's poor and it's very sad. And I've always taught myself to look for the beauty in it, to look in the beauty in the faces of the children, and to be grateful. And I would bring this aspect as a Miss Universe to see situations with a silver lining, and to assess where I could give something, where I could provide something as a spokesperson. And this I think if I could also teach people to be grateful, we could have an amazing world where negativity could not grow and foster, and children will have a smile on their faces. At the end of the event, Gray won the competition and was crowned by her predecessor, Binibining Peters of South Africa. She is the 4th Filipino Miss Universe after Gloria Diaz in 1969. Margie Moran in 1973, and Pia Wurtzbach in 2015. In addition, she is the second biracial Filipina to win the Miss Universe title after Wurtzbach. Reign as Miss Universe 2018. In her capacity as Miss Universe, Gray visited Brazil, Indonesia, Thailand, South Africa, various cities and states across the United States, and the Philippines. She also visited Canada and United Arab Emirates to meet with her pageant sponsors and Filipino supporters. On December 20, 2018, Gray made a courtesy call with President Rodrigo Duterte at the Villamar Air Base in Pasay. On January 22, 2019, Gray traveled to Indonesia to shoot a commercial for C1000, a vitamin brand in Indonesia. On February 16, 2019, Gray arrived in the Philippines for a week-long homecoming celebration with visits to the cities of Manila, Makati, Pasay and Quezon City. However, on February 23, 2019, the feather of the Mikimoto crown replica fell off during her homecoming parade at the Araneta Center. She also made courtesy calls to the Congress of the Philippines, Senate of the Philippines and Malacagang Palace. On October 17, 2019, Gray attended the 2019 Latin Music Awards at the Dolby Theater, Hollywood and Highlands in Los Angeles, California, where she presented the Canción Favorita Tropical Award for the song Adicto to Mark Anthony and Prince Royce. On December 5, 2019, Gray attended the release of the new Mawad crown for the Miss Universe pageant, titled Power of Unity. Upon the retirement of the Mikimoto crown, she crowned Zozibini Tunzi of South Africa as her successor at the 68th Miss Universe pageant, Post-Miss Universe. Following her reign, Gray served as a judge on several national qualifying pageants for Miss Universe, having judged for the pageants in Colombia in 2020 and Vietnam in 2022. The latter pageant would receive backlash for introducing her as Australian by birth and misspelling her surname throughout the pageant. The national organization would issue an apology for their errors. Personal life. Gray was diagnosed with scoliosis at the age of 12, but was not able to secure a back brace treatment for her condition. She revealed her experiences with scoliosis with a video commemorating National Scoliosis Month in 2024. Gray is a Christian and was rebaptized. In 2024, Gray was in a relationship with Filipino-German actor and model Clint Bondad from 2012 to until they separated in 2019. On May 23, 2020, Gray revealed her relationship with Filipino-American actor Sam Milby. Gray announced her engagement with Milby on February 16, 2023. Milby confirmed their breakup and canceled engagement in February 2025. In August 2024, Gray lost her passports and family's belongings in a robbery incident during her vacation in London.